Welcome to LatiNation, celebrating your generation from coast to coast. I'm your host, Humberto Guida. And the one thing that we have to do as Latinos in this country is dig deep and find out what drives people to chase their big opportunity. It happens with our first story. Bushido Battleground is more than just a docu-series about mixed martial arts. It's a series that showcases elite fighters from around the globe who have opened their hearts to show the world their fears, their sacrifices, and their victories. Anyone, regardless of whether or not they share an interest in the sport of MMA, can relate to these athletes on a human level. The 20-episode, one-hour series pitting fighters of all disciplines, from jiu-jitsu to Muay Thai, debuts on the El Rey Network, but you can catch a glimpse of it right here on LatiNation.
My name is Rico Moreno, and I am the director-producer of Bushido Battleground.
And I'm J.M. Longoria, the third, and I'm producer for Bushido Battleground.
I'm here because I have a dream. Because a person without a dream is nothing.
Well, the show Bushido Battleground is a concept that mixes what you see on 24/7 when you see the boxer's story before the fight. But what we do differently is we follow a fighter as he's getting ready for a match. And we're also following fighters in the world of jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, MMA, combat jiu-jitsu, and combat sambo, which are some sports that you've never seen on TV. And then you actually get to see the whole fight on our episode, which is very different from most things where you only get to see the beginning. Then you have to either get pay-per-view to watch the fight. But with us, you'll see the the fight, and a post interview to see what happened after the fight. What happened to their game plan? Did it go to plan? So it's a really unique concept on fighting.
Both of us not really coming from the mixed martial art world. We're coming into this from, I've worked on The Voice, he's worked on other shows, but we've kind of see what works, right? What do audiences connect to? And I think a lot of the stuff that these fighters talk about, a lot of it really being that mindset of how they deal with any obstacles that are around them during their training, and actually the day of the fight can be applied to anyone in any career path. So I think that's really interesting. I mean, Bushido, the term means way of the warrior, right? And you can apply that to anything really. So I think that's why it's so current. And we really connected. A lot of these stories are really, really touching. There's a lot of heart in this show.
The stage is set. It's time to go.
When you initially think of a mixed martial artist or a fighter, you think that they're these tough guys. And when you see the show, a lot of them break down because they're dealing with a lot of the same demons or voices that we all deal with, all these insecurities. And that's really interesting to see.
There's more than just a fight. One thing that we covered is the weight cuts. Oh. That's the fight before the fight. And so you'll hear a lot of fighters go, the real fight is the one before the fight, and that's the weight cut, because that is a physical and an emotional drain on you. I mean, we've seen it where we're like, is he gonna be okay? We're concerned because we've never seen that. And that's the journey of a fighter. The fight, everyone I think perceives the fight being the ultimate thing when they have all these other things they have to go over. And that weight cut is brutal to some of them. Brutal.
And 24 hours having to recover to then fight the next day. It's crazy. I mean, some of these guys lose like 30 pounds in days.
We are having such an issue in Hollywood with it being whitewashed, where roles that are written, there are true stories about a person that might be Latino, Native American, are being played by Anglo, white people, and it discredits the rest of us. And I think we need role models right now in every race, and we're trying to give that through a fighter, which if you look at one of the most iconic films, Rocky, every episode for us is a Rocky story.